Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome back to the channel, and hopefully you'll stick around for a quick video. Okay, so I'd said previously that I would do a video on bottom surgery. So here we go. Bottom surgery is really just the more common name for gender confirmation surgery. I don't like the terms like sex change because it's not changing, your gender or gender reassignment. So it's not doing any of that. You are already who you are. It's just with the confirmation, it's just a surgery to help confirm that, to help you be more comfortable in your own body. For trans women, the phrase is vaginoplasty, which is basically that the surgeon uses the existing genital material and forms those into a vulva, a vaginal canal, and a clitoris. It is, let me put it this way. As I like to say it, my little joking way is I refer to it as renovating my basement. So it's definitely not a simple procedure. It's actually what would definitely be considered a major surgery. It takes up to 5 hours or more to complete the surgery. It involves a hospital stay of usually at least 5 days. There is a very long recovery process that, typically you're out for a bare minimum of 6 to 8 weeks. And then even after that, you're still in the process of healing. So it is a very long process. Then you have a lifetime of dilation, not to mention it is, by pretty much all accounts, a painful procedure. So the reason why this subject has come up is for a very long time I have been thinking over what I wanted to do. And I started out, of course, with breast augmentation, which, as I'm recording this, has been couple months, 3 months. It was March the 23rd or April 23rd. God, I really don't know. I've totally lost track. Not a bad thing. I've decided to start moving forward with looking at bottom surgery as an option as well. And in fact, on July the 18th, in a very, very early morning hours, I have a consultation with a surgeon, and I'm really hopeful that this will be a productive consultation, but it is really, really nerve-wracking. I can't say for sure that this is going to be the one that I'll go with. All I can say is that I want to start getting my information together and seeing what they have to say. So, I've thought about it for a long time, but I'll admit there's been a renewed focus on it more recently. And a lot of that is because the dysphoria, like I've spoke in a previous video, has gotten progressively worse for me when it comes to that, to the point to where it really is interfering with my quality of life, with my ability, a lot of times to really function the way I need to. So and at times it's just gotten flat out unbearable. I've dealt with the depression, the anxiety attacks, the total preoccupation with thoughts of getting rid of that. But in all honesty, when I think about bottom surgery, does it scare me? Oh, absolutely. With the pain, with the recovery, with everything involved, it is a very frightening procedure, and it scares me to death. There's really only one thing that scares me more than having the surgery, and that's the idea of not having the surgery. You know, physical pain, which is a lot of what we fear with anything like a surgery, but that passes. You know, you have those moments, you deal with it, you do the pain meds, it seems excruciating, but then it passes. The emotional aspect of this hasn't passed. I would rather deal with the temporary pain, discomfort, and all that comes with it, with the possibility of having a full and fulfilling life, than live my entire life in that emotional turmoil. Now, when I talk about, being nervous, one of the things that I'm really nervous about as well is the consultation. And that may sound silly because I'm also excited about it because I get all of this information and this opportunity in a tangible way to really start the process. But I don't really know the details of what's going to happen at the consultation. And what I do know is a little scary for me. We know, obviously, they're going to do a physical exam of the surgery site. And that's just necessary. I mean, obviously, if the surgeon is looking at doing this, he can't have any surprises in an operating room. He has to be able to look ahead of time, to know what he's dealing with, to know, the anatomy of that person that he's working with. Unfortunately, that is a major stressor for me because the dysphoria around that area is so incredibly strong. As I said in the previous video, I spend the biggest portion of my time trying to pretend that doesn't even exist. And having a physical exam in that area is a very harsh reminder that it does. So obviously the physical exam will be part of it. There'll be the conversation with what he feels he can do. I want to see, his experience. I want to see what he feels like he can do for me, what the results are that he feels like he can get, which all of that, of course, is very important. That's all of my notes as a side note. I just made a few basic ones. But, for me, this is a very, very important step. And I don't know how it's going to work out. If it's something that you're thinking about, prepare ahead. Do your research. If you have insurance, look into your insurance coverage and see if it covers anything for this. Because while I have not gotten a quote from the doctor that I'm going to see, of course, until we have that consultation, on average, without insurance, it runs anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000 on the surgery. So that is obviously a lot of money you need to prepare for. You need to prepare for recovery and how you're going to get through your recovery, and do you have the people to help you, which that's something I'm hoping that I do, and I'm continuing to work on that to see if I'm going to have those people to help me get through recovery if I go forward. But there's a lot to consider, not to mention things like the lifetime of dilation, and you have to be, you have to do it. You have to be regular on it, because otherwise it's kind of like getting your ears pierced. If you don't put something in there, if you just leave it, it's going to close. And that's kind of what happens with bottom surgery. You lose depth, and that's not something that you want to deal with. You don't want to end up with revisions if you don't need it. So there is a lifetime of real maintenance and a lot of complications that go along with it. So you have to make sure that you're really thinking about it, that you're doing your research, that you understand. But for me, the pain fear that I think we all have, that's something that you just have to kind of work through and get past. And trust me, I'm saying it calmly right now because I'm not scheduled. But when I get scheduled for surgery, trust me, you guys are going to probably see me not be so calm, and my nerves are going to be completely and totally on edge. But you have to be able to push through all that when there's something that you really want. I am going to throw this in, and let me just say beforehand when I say this, I'm not guilt tripping anyone. I'm not begging anyone. If you don't want to help, don't. That's fine. Don't leave me nasty messages because you don't want to help. I'm not begging you to. I'm asking people out of the kindness of their heart. What I'm talking about is I did set up a GoFundMe. As you guys know, I lost my job earlier in the year, and along with that, I lost my health insurance. That health insurance would have paid at least everything up to about $5,000 that I would have been responsible for. Now, without it, the full surgery cost is on me. So I will provide the link on the screen, as well as at the end of this and in the description box. If you are able to help, any donation, I don't care if it's $1, whatever you can do is really helpful. Also, I would say if you know someone who might be able to help with it, pass the information along with them. Pass this video or, to explain what's going on. Please feel free to do that. Also, if you can't donate, there are real ways that you can still help. And the biggest one is by going to that GoFundMe link and clicking the share button and sharing it on your Facebook or your Twitter, or doing a screenshot and sharing the link on your Instagram. All of those things help. The thing with a GoFundMe campaign is it's only successful if it gets exposure. And I'll be honest, I haven't figured out how to get it the exposure that it needs. I'm really counting on you guys to help me with that. So that, I guess, is my little commercial for my GoFundMe site. Of course, when I do this consult, I will do a video telling you guys exactly what happened, how it went, talking about what literally happened, as well as the emotional context of it all, because I want you guys to see, I want to have an honest presentation of all of this to you guys. So that'll be something coming up as well sometime after the appointment on the 18th of July. Anyway, I'll just end it here. My quote from Kesha: don't let the bastards get you down. Be yourself. Be proud of who you are. Continue to dream, and don't let anything squash your dreams, even if it seems impossible to reach. It's worth fighting for. Anyway, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, click the little alarm bell to be notified, and share this video and share the GoFundMe page. Until the next video, guys, lots of love, and bye-bye.